YouTube, guess what we have? It's a box. We're gonna open it up right now, and it's gonna be amazing. What do we have here? ESky. That's interesting. Let's keep hacking away until we get this thing out. So, it says Hong Kong. Okay, well that narrows it down to 90% of what we do. Look here. It's a helicopter. Amazing. Oh. It's the 150 EC, the ultra micro heli with altitude hold. Okay.
Okay. We'll
see if that actually works. Well, why don't we just open this thing up right now and see how amazing this really is. All right, what do we have here? We've got some foam. Okay, let's try to dump this thing out. Whoop, whoop. Controller's on the bottom, I could tell it was flopping around. Okay, we got a controller. This thing's ready to fly. Let's see if it comes with batteries. Nope, need 4 AA batteries. Okay, and we got a manual, not folded. Very good job, ESky. Okay, and then we've got, looks like we've got 3 of these batteries in here. So that's pretty cool. So let's rip those suckers out real quick. What the heck kind of battery is that? It's got
a little 1S. Oh.
Yeah, the plug is
sideways.
Weird. So yeah, this is a 3.7 volts, 150 milliamp hour. And before we get too far, I'm gonna chop these other ones out. Ours came with 3, so I'm just gonna rip these out real quick. And what I wanna do is I wanna get these set up on the charger. So why don't we do that real quick? And actually, does it come with a charger? Yes, it does. Score! And it comes with a screwdriver. Of course, you probably won't need it, but it looks like a nice one. And then a couple of spare main rotor blades. So that is not uncommon, but still nice to see that we get that included. So let's pop this charger out. This is a weird looking charger. Took me a second to figure it out. I thought it was another battery. Okay.
Oh, just a little USB.
USB 1 cell. ESky. Cool.
I really went all out.
Solid red charging, solid green charging complete. Okay, so let's just go ahead and plug these in. Now also, as you guys know, we have these other styles of chargers that we've used in the past. They work really nice, except I noticed something about this. If you plug this in, got lucky, goes that way. Okay, so let's plug it into this charger and we'll see. Look at that, red, amazing. Okay, so when that's done, it should toggle to green. But in the meantime, let's try putting one into this port. Does it go here? It doesn't seem to fit that way. Does it go, we'll try the other one, I guess.
Is it gonna go in?
Does it go here? Yep, it does.
Oh.
And so really what we're gonna have to do is we'll have to click and then scroll in 1.5, okay? And then push down and get it latched in there and then press and hold. There we go. So it's giving us our full. So then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try, maybe this one will line up better. See how this one's lined up right on top of it. That one might fit a little better. So maybe we can do that. So let me go lithium polymer. We'll scroll in the 0.15, slip it in, see if it starts. Sweet, okay, pretty cool. So that's actually gonna go ahead and charge for us while we're charging on the factory provided one. And so of course you have to provide your own USB adapter for the wall outlet. And then these things, let's go ahead and see if we can get this plugged in. Nope. And then this one here has the JST end. So that's obviously not gonna work unless you had an adapter. So if you've got this style of charger, not gonna work. This style of charger, you'll have to have an adapter as well. And then actually this thing does work, but it will probably be a little bit awkward to plug in. So full disclosure on that. So this one here, let's play with this one because it was the fullest of the batch. Let me throw some of this garbage away real quick. All right, now the beautiful part. Oh yes, look at this little beautiful creation. It's so pretty. That is so
So
sweet.
small.
It's really dinky. And then as you can see, they've got this little note on here that says, remove front.
Full canopy cover.
And then I love it, clear tail. Look at this, clear tail. Oh, even the little one spins. Did you see that?
Do it again. Oh, cool.
That is sweet. I cannot wait to see if that actually spins while we're flying. Okay, so anything else? Nope, that's everything. So we can go ahead and I might actually just stuff this back in the box. Looks like a pretty easy carrying case. And wait, hold on. Do these slip in there? Yes, they do. Can you do, not that one, but then this one. So you can put the charger in there. So you could actually have a little to-go case with this, which is nice. And you don't always get that with these helicopters. A lot of times you have to take the blades off to fit them back in the packaging. So I, for one, actually really appreciate having a foam package. It seems to kind of keep things safer. And we almost never have crushed foam packages, but we do have plastic packages that are crushed routinely. All right, so let's talk about the transmitter. We need some batteries. We have some batteries. And one thing we like to do on these helicopters and airplanes is I like to grab a Sharpie and I like to mark on there. This one is the yellow 150 ESky. And that is the model, because what happens is we end up with like tons of these transmitters that all look almost exactly the same. And so what we'll do is we'll just mark on the back whatever it happens to go with, because it's very difficult to remember once you start getting a bunch of ready to fly helis or airplanes. And so we always just try to mark them something like this. It's simple. I mean, you can tell this is ESky, but you can't necessarily tell which heli it belongs to. And so we have other ESky style models, and one of which actually was an E-Flight version. So, all right, so we have 4 AA's magically airdropped. All right, popping off the rear of the cabinet. Flat goes to the flat, flat goes to the flat, flat goes to the flat, and flat goes to the flat. Here on Brian Phillips RC, we like to show every step as long as it's reasonable and not too terribly tedious, because what happens in RC is not always a given. And you guys probably already know that by virtue of being here right now. So we appreciate you watching our videos and seeing how we can help you get in the air. So without further delay, let's go ahead and see if we can pull this front half off. There just looks like a little screw there maybe. Oh, sweet. So you just kind of squish it and then it pops off. See, when you kind of bend it. And then look at that, it is ready to take that battery.
Cool.
That is so sweet. What are these buttons or LEDs? What are they? Well, we're gonna find out in just a second. In fact, I'm gonna put away my knife. I'm gonna put away this thing so I've got some more space to take off and land from. We definitely wanna have room to fly. And we're gonna see how hard this thing is to get in the air. So we're gonna press and hold this button. Kind of flashes a few times. There's this red and green. Green must be go and red must be stop. So I'll be in red. There's low and high. I'll start in low. Throttle stick down. This is gonna be throttle up, throttle down. Yaw left, yaw right. So that like roll, it kind of like spins you to the left, it spins you to the right. This rolls left, rolls right, push forward, push back, okay? And then you can coordinate those controls as you wish. All right, so this battery, I have to assume it lays in here flat because you got that connector there. So let's go ahead and try that. Okay, so just push that on. Oh, sweet, we got a nice bright light that comes on. Totally cool. And it switched, kind of came to life there. Ooh, can we take this label off? Yes, we can. I always take me a good warning label off if I can. All right, so get this thing lined up. Everything seems satisfactory. All right, guys. You ready to duck, camera crew?
Yep.
All right, so I am currently in red. We have sort of clearance up above, and I'm gonna go to green. That spins up. And then, as you can see, it just spins up. It doesn't go to full speed. And I'm gonna take this goofy warning thingy off and throw it away. And up goes up. Very cool. And I'm pushing the stick to keep it away from me. It's otherwise holding altitude pretty well. I can pretty much hands off that stick. Ooh, need a little bit more. Oh yes, the tail does move in the air. That is super cool. Okay, so going up by putting the stick all the way almost to the top of the extreme. And then as you can see, look at this right here. That is so cool. Hold on, let me see if I can get my trims figured out. Trim forward just a little bit. Trim to the left just a hair. A little bit more to the forward. Bringing it down just a little bit. And do you see that tail yet, camera crew?
Oh yeah.
That's so cool. I want to give you a white backdrop, so I'm gonna kind of just run it up against the wall here. And then down, down, down. So this does have the flyby suggestion tendencies that we've seen from ESky before. And I see a slow flash on the blue. I'm not sure what that means. Did you see that?
I did not. I was looking at the tail, so I missed.
Look how sweet that looks going through the light.
Yeah.
That is awesome. So this thing definitely looks amazing. And look how small it is. So this must have optical flow sensor maybe on the bottom. I can't quite tell. No, that's just a screw. Ah! But I love that the tail rotor actually spins the little fake one inside. Wow.
And you can't see that clear tail prop at all when it's spinning.
That is so cool.
So
Now,
cool.
it does kind of get away from me a little bit when you spin though, just so you know. So if you go to turn like this, you see it it doesn't just turn, it also kind of yaws, and it really makes an aggressive maneuver. So again, I'm in high rates and it's not very responsive on the up-down axis. So this is not unlike the other ESkys we've had in the past, but I gotta say it looks a heck of a lot better. And to be honest, it's holding altitude pretty good. It's not perfect by any means, and we got a pretty considerable drift. I'm gonna try to trim that out. 3 clicks to the forward, 4 or 5 clicks, 1 click to the right, and then just getting away from the cabinets. As you can see, it's not the most responsive, but it definitely flies. And it looks cool doing it, I must say. Does tend to stay pretty much right where it is in terms of altitude. You have to really move that stick up to get it to go up, you see? Mm-hmm. So if you go up, it goes up, and if you go down, it doesn't really lower down until you get that stick all the way toward the bottom of the stroke. So it's unusual for a helicopter flight characteristic if you're used to flying real fly-barless control systems. But I can definitely tell you this, it's very easy to fly, but it is fly by suggestion. You make a vote and it lets you know if it's gonna do what you say by not crashing. But that thing looks so sweet. Let's see if I can land it here. Well, that was a little bit rough, but it did go down to the ground. Now I'm gonna put it to red and it stops. So as you can see, the thing flies, but it definitely doesn't fly as good as some helis we've seen in the past. Now that being said, it doesn't fly terrible, and also it flies a little better than the last EC 150 or 135 or whatever it was. Mm-hmm. And I love this detail.
Yeah.
Here's something beeping.
No.
So we're gonna take back off. Gotta love it. I think that red beacon turns on when you go to fly. So let's try this again. I wanna land. I'm gonna see if I can get a good landing this time. Trying to really caress the throttle. Okay, and look at that, guys. You see the red light?
Oh yeah,
when you shut off the throttle, the red light comes off. So watch this, when I arm it, it comes on low. And then once you give more throttle, it increases the beacon's brightness. That is so cool. So as you fly around, now I'm gonna go into high rates. Whoa, I lost a lot of altitude when I went to high rates for some reason. But I'm in high rates now, and let's see what happens. It seems like it's pretty much doing as we had before. The only difference is there's just a little bit more throw. and you can spin it a little bit faster, and coordinating those turns will make the helicopter look even more realistic, in my opinion. Because obviously you're not gonna see helicopters that are gonna be turning flat. Not at least like this. That's maybe pretty realistic looking. But if you wanna make it look real, I wanna be able to bank the helicopter a little bit. And it definitely does like to ride at a bit of an angle. Now, if you can see that, it's leaning to the right.
Yeah.
We've seen that from a lot of different helicopters, and a lot of times that just has to do with indisparity of the torque from the flybarless portion and then of course the tail rotor. But I think honestly this thing looks really good. It looks really cool, and I'm super happy with the overall performance. I mean, for what it is, it's a beautiful looker. I want to try to Enrique it. Oops, see, it got away from me. I'm gonna just be patient and let it come back. So I wouldn't recommend catching this helicopter. I'm gonna go to red, and that stops everything. Or excuse me, I go to red to stop and green to go. But what a cool little helicopter. And all I've got to say is, look how small this thing is. It's dinky. It's obviously sub 250 grams. Why don't we weigh it? Because people are gonna wanna know what it weighs all up, because obviously it's gonna be illegal. You don't have to worry about the drone registry on something like this. But to be honest with you, you're probably not gonna be flying it outside much either. You can fly it outside, but it's gotta be real calm. So I would suggest this helicopter is mostly gonna be an indoor sort of thing. Okay, so as you can see, sub 40 grams, guys. We're 38 grams all up with battery. That is an incredibly low weight. And that is a lot happening in a small package. So very cool. I think we're just going to keep flying until we run out of battery. Okay. Because then you guys get to see what a full flight looks like. Okay, so coming out of the lock. There we are. Just get into the stick. Don't mess around. Like, actually get the throttle stick up if you want to avoid the propensity to want to tip over and stuff. It seems to work a little better if you do that. And then also for landings, it sort of like finds the area where it wants to drift around. It gets into ground effect and it gets all wonky. So just get it down and shut that thing off, and you have the best propensity at success. So I'm gonna unlock, take back off, get that stick all the way up and just let it get in the air. Once you're away from ground effect, which is usually about 3 or 4 aircraft heights high. I'm still just on the edge of ground effect there. Ooh, there you go. So we see we got a flashing green light this time. Yep. So that means we're gonna eventually come to a landing without warning. Let's see how long a warning we get. Sticks all the way up now, and there it is. So into red. So that wasn't too bad. We've seen a lot worse, almost non-warnings on certain aircraft in the past. And so I would say this little ESky 150 EC is really cool, and I just absolutely love the way it looks. And I would love to see some more little micro helis like this, especially if they're gonna do it right like this. Yeah, that is so cool. Now, of course, I'd love to have a ducted fan, but I think we're probably pushing the limits of weight with such a thing. I absolutely love the fact that that thing spins. It's so cool. And otherwise, the details, having glass canopies, I mean, of course, simulated with a tinted glass, that is something else. We are talking over the top on quality and build in such a small package. So really, really happy with this thing. I think you guys will enjoy it too for what it's worth. Now, mind you, this is not gonna be a replacement for your M4 or for this recent Coast Guard heli that we did. Obviously, this thing's gonna be way more sophisticated, drone style flight, flying upside down, squishy tires, suspension, sliding doors, all sorts of just unlimited amount of features on this thing. Scale details like a scale model couldn't bring you. But on this one, you're definitely also not gonna be out here doing 3D flying with it like you would on something like this M4 that we recently reviewed. So just keep in mind, there's always limits to every type of aircraft. Even when you get into the real aircraft, you're gonna have limitations, and you're always gonna have to balance those limitations against your budget, your skills, your time, all those different things. And I think bang for the buck, This little thing does a great job. So I would definitely highly recommend it. If you check it out in the links in the video description below, you can buy one for yourself and you can support Brian Phillips RC and all we do within the RC community here. So if you want to help us out and help out the vendors that we work with to bring these to you, then check out the link in the video description below. It's the easiest way to support us. Small commissions come to us from them and they make sales, which is what they're after. Here's the thing, we don't push product that's garbage though. If you don't like the way this flew and you're like, hey, I'm gonna be disappointed with that, I need something that's gonna fly better, I need it, then don't buy this one. Get something that's a little different for you. But I'm gonna tell you this right now, if you're looking for just a little eye candy to put on your desk and a conversation starter for other people that you wanna put the feelers out there and see who's really into aviation in your office, get this thing, fly it around, have a good old time. You're gonna be the talk of the town. And I tell you what, any boring office would be spiced up perfectly by this thing. But also, if you want to get it for your kids as a gift, or get it for a friend that's an aviation nut or aficionado in RC, you're still going to have a good old time with it. But no, it's not going to be a hobby grade flight experience, although it is almost hobby grade quality if you really get in there and look at what's going on inside of this thing. And after all, look at the little fly barless controller. That's so cool. I mean, we were getting coax helicopters just a few short years ago, and I was satisfied with those things, and they were really fun, and they used to do that whole spinning in circle thing. So I just can't believe how far they've come. And by the way, to have it all as a ready-to-fly package, everything except for the AA's is a pretty cool out-the-door type of experience. So I'd highly recommend this thing. I think it's gonna be fun for you. It's gonna be fun for whoever you're getting it as a gift for, or it's just gonna be something sweet to look at. And if you never really fly it, you fly it once or twice and then put it on the shelf and just enjoy it, that's definitely cooler than any model you're gonna get and put together. So hopefully this answers your questions about this ESky 150 BC. I think it's a winner. I think you will too. If you disagree, we understand, we can still be friends. We'll review other helicopters that might wet your whistle. And by the way, speaking of other helicopters that we've done, airplanes, other jets, other STOL aircraft, we've got all that stuff at brianphillipsrc.com so that you don't have to search through the playlist because we have so many videos, literally thousands of them. So the best way to find the video you're looking for is to search on YouTube and you'll probably find it. But the thing is, if you want to search just our videos, go over to brianphillipsrc.com and you can find the plane, aircraft, item you're looking for based on what type of aircraft it is. And that's going to help you find it quicker. And then once you find it, you can find similar aircraft and you can compare and contrast based on our own personal experiences with them. And so as you know, we don't pull any punches. If I thought this thing was total garbage, I would tell you that right off. But the thing is, the limitations it has, I feel are within the scope of the budget of this particular item. Now, it's not gonna be an M4. It's not gonna be this Coast Guard Heli or even the earlier olive drab finish one that we did. Those are in a different echelon, but they're also like 5, 6, 7 times as expensive, guys. So you can't compare them on the same platform. But what you can do is you can go to my platform, Brian Phillips RC, and you can find all the helis we've ever reviewed, and you can go through and say, hey, I want that one. And then you'll find it and realize it's out of stock.
We're sorry.
But if it's in stock and we're releasing a video and we're helping you find it, buy it from the links. That's how you help us out. Also, if you don't want to help us in that way because you're overseas or maybe the shipping isn't going to work out or you can find a better deal locally or something weird happens, then you can still help us out with super thanks, one-time gifts. You can do members on YouTube. It's very simple. And then, you basically get some priority access here and there. Or over on Patreon, you can do Patreon for monthly support, and we have different levels over there. And then we also have PayPal for one-time donations. If you want to throw us 10 bucks or 5 bucks or some pat on the back, whatever it is. We appreciate you guys so much. You don't ever have to do that. We just want you to buy these things. When you do buy them from the links. That's the one thing we'd ask is if you're interested in this thing, get it from the links. And then also smash the like button. It really helps us with the algorithm. We do long format content because we try to cram as much as we can into a short space. And a short space for me looks like 4 or 5 times as long as the next guy. So I'm just gonna say we put a lot of content, we put a lot of effort into these things. We wanna bring you high quality, energetic, exciting content about all the best RC And most of the work we do is behind the scenes, and what you see is just the tip of the iceberg. So when you come out here and you think, hey, you know, that looks easy, trust me, it's not as easy as it looks after 1,800 videos, okay? So this is something we do, me and my wife do it together. We do love doing it. It is a huge part of our lives, and we really do it because you guys keep coming back. And if you didn't, we would stop for sure. Because as much as we love RC, we do it because you guys keep coming back. So thanks for being there. Thanks for supporting us the way you do. We wouldn't do it without you. And if you guys want us to keep doing it, smash that like button right now and buy an airplane and help us out. Thanks for watching, guys. Any questions you got, leave in the comments below. We'll do our best to get back to them. And obviously, enjoy, and we'll be flying with you next time. Stay tuned. Right around the corner, we got more content.